So right now I'm just going to show you the best settings for vlogging, and I also think this is the best settings if you're going to do a makeup tutorial or a tutorial where you're going to be closer up to your face, even hair. But I would suggest getting lights if you're going to do a makeup or a hair tutorial. I would get lights or just do it in natural lighting, because that's just with this camera, you know. So let's get to the settings. First, you're going to press menu and then you're going to go to camera settings. I also want to note that I'm mostly just going to go over the camera settings and the custom settings. Everything else is just like the wireless application playback and setup is just settings you will have for your camera. So it's not going to mess with the video quality or anything like that. It's just going to, those are just things to help you maybe navigate your camera easier. So I'm going to go to camera settings. First off, let me go to number 1. Okay, so I'm a shoot mode. I just have it on program auto. That's just the best. Image size 20 megapixels, whatever you want to say. Aspect ratio 3:2. You could do 3:2 or 6:9, but I just like 3:2. It just makes things easier. And then for the file format, okay, I'm really gonna put emphasis on the file format because I was having so many audio issues. My video quality was great because I think this camera is really good with video quality, but when I was uploading videos to YouTube, I was having so many audio issues. So if you're having audio issues, this is the #1 reason why. The file format. So what you need to do is set it to MP4. I had it on AVC HD, and you just need to put it on MP4. So that's like the first main thing I would do with the camera, because everything else you really just kind of have to play with, because even the aspects that I'm giving you right now work good. But if you were just trying to shoot a certain thing, then you would just have to play with things. Like if you're just certain things you're doing with this camera, a lot of them it's just going to be having to do a test shoot first. But this is pretty much pretty much the settings I have every day that always work perfectly for what I'm doing. So let's move on, and then we'll go to recording settings. And this is the best recording settings. This is also a lot of or close to the range of a lot of YouTube video. So yeah, I would just put it on that. And then the rest of this you can't really mess with. Flash composition 00. And then we're going to go to 3, focus mode, continuous autofocus. You can have it on continuous autofocus, which I would personally, but you can hear the camera autofocus. So that's one of the negatives, but I would just have it on continuous autofocus, obviously, because you don't want your video blurry. So yeah, the focus area wide. This also you could just do a test shoot on, but I just keep it on wide. Let's go back to menu. And then autofocus illuminator, I would keep that on auto. You just have a better video with that. And then exposure composition, this is basically something you have to play with. If you're inside, let's see, if you're inside, I would have it at like a 1 point something. You could have it up to a 2 or a 3, but that's if you're really in dark range. But the lower you have it, the better your image quality is going to be. But like I said, if I had it on, let's go to the lower settings. Sorry, my camera's like moving a little bit. Let me grab it to the side. If you have it on these lower settings, you can see that, maybe you can't really see, but you can kind of see that the picture quality got a little bit darker. So, but this doesn't change how dark or light it is compared to what the iOS will do. But let me move this down actually a little bit more, because I think it looks better down on my iPhone. So but in person, when I was recording with the actual camera, I liked it on positive 1.3, but I'm gonna have it on negative 1.3 because it looks better with in my iPhone camera. So let's go back to menu, and then iOS. I have it set to 2000, but let's go lower. And you can see it basically changes the brightness. The lower you have it, the better quality your video is going to be. But if you're inside, you might want it lighter, or if you're in a darker place, you probably want it lighter. It's just that the higher you have it up, the more pixelated your image is going to look. So the lower the better, so try to do it as low as you possibly can. And I don't really have it on, you can have it on auto if you want to, but I guess auto is good if you're going to be moving to different places throughout your video with one shot. But if you're going to be in the same place the whole time and the lighting is going to change, then I would have it on just the best settings for you, for what you're working with. So yeah, so I have it on 2000 right now, but that's just how that is. You would want it lower, probably, most likely. So let's see, let's go to for white balance. I have that on auto. Okay, so it's pretty hard for me to explain why I would keep the white balance at auto, because I would have to speak for probably 5 minutes, and this video is already long enough. But I'm just telling you, the best bet was to keep your white balance at auto. Derange, portrait. I do the portrait because if you want your face to be like if you want basically your imperfections blurred out, if you're gonna do a lot of face shots in that way, I would keep it on portrait, just so you can look as good as possible. So picture effect off, focus magnifier, that just shows, I'll click on the focus manager. That just shows like where the focus mainly will be. Okay, so we're gonna go to 5. High iOS and R, normal, lock on, autofocus on, small, face to detect. I would keep this on, especially if you're gonna do a lot of face shots, obviously. And steady shot on, and auto slow shut on. Audio recording, if you're gonna do a voiceover, you can turn this off, but I just would keep it on in general, just in case, because a funny noise could happen or something, and you might want to do it, and then you'll realize that you have the audio off. So wind noise reduction, I keep it off. I don't do a lot of recording outside, but the reason I would keep it off is because if you do go outside and there is a lot of wind around, and your talking could get it won't be as prominent, because the camera is also trying to reduce the wind. Let's see, so now let's go to camera settings, and all this I keep that off on 2 seconds. A lot of this was already on my camera. I really didn't have to change the settings with this. Peaking level off, peaking color, I keep it on white, but this is also with this also goes along with your skin tone or what you're recording. So basically I would just do 3 test shoots on what you like, white, red, or yellow, and I just keep it on white, but it just also depends on what you're recording. White will usually be your best bet if you're just recording a video and you don't care like that. Exposure set guide on, all this I didn't really mess with. Zoom setting on, clear image zoom, all this I didn't really mess with. All this I didn't really mess with. You don't really need to. And then the rest of these, like this is if you want to set it up to your smartphone. Application list, like if you want to change it around. The rest of this is basically your camera settings. So that's just how you want to better navigate using your camera. So that's pretty much it. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's pretty much it.